Welcome to video 4 in TMA's Update Brief video series. Today I'll be talking about the new Tennessee Together laws on how to prescribe opioids on and after July 1st of 2018. Governor Haslam's purpose for introducing the bills was to place more guidance and checkpoints between prescribers and patients before a patient is put on a chronic regimen of opioids. Believe me, it does just that. Prescribing opioids is much more complicated and the most restrictive in the nation. There's going to be a lot of growing pains for prescribers, pharmacists, everyone. Here are the basics. For ease of understanding, the new law can be broken down into 5 opioid prescribing silos. I won't go into the depth of detail you need in order to begin prescribing. TMA members can read TMA's updated online law guide topic on prescribing and access a graphic illustration on the TMA website. First, a prescriber is allowed to prescribe up to a 3-day supply of opioids. There's no prerequisite to check the Controlled Substance Monitoring database before issuing the 3-day prescription. However, the total dosage of the 3-day opioid prescription may not exceed a 180 morphine milligram equivalent dose. Not 180 milligrams, but 180 morphine milligram equivalent. So what do I mean by morphine milligram equivalent dose? In a nutshell, morphine milligram equivalent dose, or MME dose, means the morphine milligram equivalent calculation for the amount of the prescribed opioid multiplied by the days of treatment. Not all opioids have a 1-to-1 morphine milligram equivalent ratio. Hydrocodone does, oxycodone doesn't. Let's say you prescribe oxycodone 5 milligrams every 4 hours. That would be 6 doses times 5 milligrams equals 30 milligrams. Multiply the 30 milligrams by the conversion factor, which in this case is 1.5. 30 times 1.5 equals 45 milligram equivalents. For 3 days, that is 135 MME, well below the MME ceiling of 180 MME. This would be a legal prescription. Be sure you load an MME app onto a convenient device if you routinely prescribe opioids. Correct MME conversion is imperative. If a 3-day supply of opioids will not be enough to relieve the patient's acute pain, then a prescriber may opt for the second opioid prescribing silo, prescribing up to a 10-day supply. Unlike the 3-day silo, before the prescriber prescribes up to a 10-day supply of opioids, there are 6 prerequisites the prescriber must meet and document. They are listed here. A 10-day opioid prescription may not exceed a total dosage of 500 MME. The pharmacist is only allowed to partial fill up to 1/2 of the prescription. Therefore, if the prescription is written for a 10-day supply, the patient may only fill 5 days' worth at the pharmacy and will have to return to the pharmacy after 5 days if they need the rest of the prescription. If a patient will be treated by a procedure that is more than minimally invasive and in the prescriber's medical judgment, the risk of adverse effects from the pain exceeds the risk of substance abuse disorder or overdose, the prescriber may prescribe up to a 20-day supply of opioids. Before the prescriber writes up to a 20-day supply, the 6 prerequisites I mentioned must be met and documented. A 20-day opioid prescription may not exceed a total dosage of 850 MME. Here again, the pharmacist is only allowed to partial fill up to 1/2 of the prescription. Best practices would be to write surgery on the prescription so the pharmacist knows he or she is filling a legal prescription. In rare cases, a medical necessity exception is available, whereby a prescriber may prescribe up to a 30-day supply of opioids. The prescriber must meet and document the same 6 prerequisites as the 10-day supply and minimally invasive procedures plus 2 more. You must determine medical necessity and include the phrase medical necessity on the prescription. A 30-day opioid prescription may not exceed a total dosage of 1,200 MME. The pharmacist is only allowed to partial fill up to 1/2 of the prescription. The medical conditions listed here are carved out. You can prescribe as much opioids as the patient needs without day or dosage limitations. You do have to place the ICD-10 code in the medical record and on the prescription, and must also write the word exempt on the prescription. There's a lot more to cover, and I'm sure you have questions. I strongly urge you to take TMA's new online prescribing CME course that meets the licensing board's requirements for approved prescribing CME. TMA was given credit by the press for holding up the legislation for weeks before compromises were made. The improvements TMA was able to delete from the original bill or insert into the final version made it easier for physicians and better for patient care. Our team was responsible for significant improvements to what was originally filed. Remember, this is the way you must prescribe opioids on and after July 1st, 2018. TMA has resources to help you stay in compliance and prescribe opioids properly. If you are a TMA member and have questions, contact us at legal@10med.org.